Very good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Venkatesh.
Good afternoon. Very good afternoon, Divyesh.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hi, Venkatesh. How are you?
I'm very well, Ronak. How are you doing?
Great, thanks.
Rinki is still connecting to the audio, and so is Harish. We'll give them a couple of seconds, and then we can start. Rinki is connected. Kirit is here. Hi, Kirit. Harish is connected. Harish is also connected. Wonderful. Do we have a full house here?
Not yet.
We have Pratyush, who's just joined them as well. I'm just going to also pull out the questions that were before me sometime ago. Shared. Perfect. Are we all here? Rinki, hi. Ronak, hi.
Hey.
Hi, Divyesh, Gautam, Harish, and Kirit.
Hi.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Thank you so much.
No, please don't worry. I mean, it is I that thank you. These sessions tend to be very interesting for me as well. And I am a very young entrepreneur, so I'm still discovering many answers. Answers that some of you already must have in your experience. So it's a great session for me as well. Thank you for trusting me. That's okay. There is Dharan Shah who's joining. Let Dharan come in. Is this now a full house? If you can see all the participants, or should we wait a little while longer?
Himal is not coming.
Paresh and Hemala. Can we wait for a couple of minutes?
Who's not there?
Paresh is not joining, but Hemal should be joining.
Okay.
Cook smarter, live smarter. Harish ji, you've got a wonderful background.
That's the product which we design and manufacture from bottom of the pyramid.
Nice.
Smokeless cook stoves.
Fantastic. But yeah. So, you know, what I'm going to do is once everybody is there, a very quick 1-minute introduction. I really don't have too much to talk about myself, fortunately. But I want, I will do an exercise with you all where I want you to describe your ideal customer, because this is a B2B sales session. And I've got a bunch of questions from you all. But I really don't know who your customer is, who your ideal customer is. So before I start blabbering something, I need you to take 5 minutes, reflect on your ideal customer and put that on a piece of paper so that, you know, you can talk to me about your ideal customer before I start talking to you about how sales has been working for me and across some industries. But again, let's not start right away. Let's just wait for another minute or two.
Hi Venkatesh, this is Dharan here. I think we've been interacting.
Yes, Dharan, we've been interacting on mail. Nice to have you here in the session.
Yes, thank you. Same to you. So I think all of us are almost here.
Okay.
I think we're just waiting for Paresh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like
Paresh is not joining.
Okay.
Okay, Paresh is not joining.
So let me kick off. I'm Venkat. I am a co-founder of a B2B services marketplace. It's like an Amazon for B2B services, but marketing services. We only do sales and marketing services. My career started about 25 odd years ago. I finished my engineering, did IIM Bangalore, then started with Hindustan Lever, did a few years of consumer marketing and sales, did my second MBA from INSEAD, went to France, then spent 10 years with a company called Michelin. Michelin makes tires. So I was a marketing head for Michelin across several European countries for a period of about 8 years. Came back and joined the telcos. I worked with Airtel for, again, maybe 5-6 years. Worked in a very early stage company called Shuttle. Sequoia funded for about a year and a half. And then in 2017, I started my own consultancy. Hemal is here. Hi, Hemal, welcome.
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Absolutely fine, Venkatesh.
Great. I was just giving the group a very brief background to myself. I will just start with the interesting parts because the rest of it was really boring and you know, run of the mill. 4 years ago, I started a consultancy aimed at small and medium enterprises with a 5 to 200 crore bracket. That was our niche that my co-founder and I, with our 20 years of marketing experience, decided that this is a segment we wanted to serve. This company was called Hypersonic Advisory. We were a pure consulting company on a build, operate, transfer model.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, in Hyderabad airport, as you would read in most of those case studies, we were looking out of the window, looking at the planes landing. And my co-founder said, let's make a tech product out of this. Can we create a marketplace where people can interact and buy services and use services rather than necessarily depend on human interaction all the time? Because the market, we realized, is really very large. There are just lakhs of enterprises, fast growing enterprises that need sales and marketing support. There are thousands of agencies that want to give that support, but there is really no meeting place for trust to be built. And that's what we decided to do. And we built a platform called GrowCurve, which launched on 1st January 2019. So my B2B experience is about, of my career, 24 years now, it's about 10 to 12 years of pure B2B experience. And I have 10 to 12 years of pure B2C experience. So sometimes Ascent Foundation sends me a B2C group. Sometimes they send me a B2B group. Sometimes you might cross over and see, yaar, ye wahi aadmi aa gaya phir se. But that's because मेरा experience fortunately is really well balanced across both. तो कभी कोई consumer पूछ लेता है तो मैं जवाब दे देता हूँ. कभी कोई customer and client पूछ लेता है तो मैं जवाब दे देता हूँ. The reason I am here is that in the past, maybe a year, Ascent Foundation and I have been interacting, and they have just found my ability to structure my experiences useful. That's it. I have no fantastic knowledge. I think I'm still a young entrepreneur, but my experience, which I have had, I think I structure it when I'm talking to somebody who wants to know what I have experienced. I think I structure it well enough. And that's really the reason Ascent says, please, help. Most of you have far more experience than me as entrepreneurs. So there isn't many tricks of the trade that I know you don't know. But really what I will try and do is just structure my own experience so you can extract whatever it is that you wish to out of this hour. Having said that, now I will ask you to go into the exercise we talked about. I have no idea about your customer. And what I want you to do is, it's 4:10 now. Let's give ourselves exactly 5 minutes. If you can, on a piece of paper, just note down who is your ideal customer. If it's an enterprise, what size of enterprise? What domain would they be in? Who would be the decision maker? What kind of turnover do you think they would work with? If it's an individual, what kind of decision maker is this person? What is this person's profile? How much education would this person have? What would be the interests of this person? So I'm trying, for you, this is a very important exercise. I'm trying to get you to crystallize the person across the table who's making a decision whether to buy or not buy your product. So give me as much information from your experience about the person who makes the decision on your products and services, whether to buy or not. I am making a very big assumption here. This is my interaction with Dharan, that this is a group interested in B2B sales.
Yes, absolutely, Venkatesh. That's in fact, we are into retail, like rather B2C, because we are an investment advisory firm. But
yes.
I have my wife's company, and they are into making machines, and she always has a lot of questions to ask related.
No problem at all. No problem. So whatever it is, B2B, B2C, not a problem. Let's just start with the persona of this customer. Who is he? And at the end of this exercise, if you can give him one name, whether you call him Shah Rukh Khan, whether you call him Madhuri Dixit, whether you call it Narendra Modi, if you can just condense this person that you have written about into a public figure, into an animal. Maybe it's a tiger, maybe it's an elephant. I would like you to do that as a conclusion to this exercise, and then we'll give everybody just a minute to talk about it. That way we'll head into about 4:20-25, and then we have 30 minutes for questions. Over to you guys. You have 5 minutes. Write down the persona of your decision maker. Hemal, hi. You've got the exercise, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect. Over to you. All right.
Sorry, some internet issue going on.
Venkatesh, I had one doubt in this.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, okay. When we try to do this exercise, is it that we have to kind of note down who we've currently been successful with, or is it something that we have to note down who we've currently not been successful with?
It's who you want to be successful with. Maybe you want to have more success with your current guy. Maybe you want success with somebody who's not buying into you. Whoever you want more success with.
Correct. So why this confusion was there in my mind is because currently we already pursue with what's working for us.
Yeah.
And we generally tend not to pursue something that we've tried or we are finding it too impossible to imagine.
Right.
So I just wanted to kind of clear, basically that's the pain point over here.
Right. So I'm not coming to that yet. I'm not even asking you that yet. I'm only asking you so that I can understand your question better. I need to know who is the guy you're going behind, and then we can discuss what methods work with him and what are not working with him.
All right.
Okay. Are we good to jump to the next step?
I think so.
Great.
Yes.
So we could just start with the participants as they are listed on my screen. Divyesh.
Yeah. Venkatesh, just to give you a brief of what I do, I've got a small 50-bedded hospital, multi-speciality. So my customers are three in nature. It's a patient whom I directly deal with. there is a doctor or a general practitioner who uses my facilities and hence pays me or adds to my business. And third customer is going to be an insurance company or a corporate who provides me business. I'll start with each. A patient, I'm looking at basically somebody who's self-employed, middle-aged.
Sorry, Divyesh, I'm going to interrupt you.
Yeah.
In this session, which is the audience that you need most help with?
I think in this session, I would probably need my consultants and the referring doctor.
Okay, so
who
he's
use
the
my
person that
facilities, because the other would be my private practice. I'm
Okay.
myself a surgeon, so
of course. So this doctor that you're looking for, that you're trying to attract more of,
Yeah.
just describe him to me, and you have 30 seconds.
so I would look at somebody, a consultant, a young male, not a young male, a middle-aged male consultant who's preferably into a surgical field, educated in Bombay, and living in my local area. He's going to be my ideal customer.
Perfect. Great. Thank you very much for that, Divyesh. Harish, you're next on my list, so over to you.
So I mentioned to you in terms of my project is basically serving the bottom of the pyramid with improved biomass cook stoves. And these are my consumers who use improved biomass cook stoves, hence save lives and save emission into there. So I require basically a sponsor for this in terms of B2B model, in this B2B model. So I'm looking for corporates with a turnover greater than 500 CR and who are interested to do sustainability, CSR, plus be carbon neutral.
Yeah.
So all this, which makes sense to them, because there is a carbon credit which is used based on the usage of the cook stove,
Yeah.
which we give back to the corporates.
That's very good. Okay. Thank you very much for that.
Right. Thanks.
Okay, now the order changes because people drop off and drop in. So Harish and Divyesh are done. Hemal, you have now appeared at the top of my list.
Okay. Hey. So I'm basically into I basically own an agency. It's called Octobuzz, which is into digital marketing.
Okay.
And we specialize into kind of social media marketing, performance, websites, videos, and augmented reality.
Right.
And we're basically looking at startups and corporates who would want to kind of grow their business using this. And at the same point of time, the minimum buy-in that we want from these clients is kind of at least somebody who is willing to spend around 2 to 3 lakhs per month as fees.
Okay. 2 to 3 lakhs on social media or as agency fees?
As agency fees.
2 to 3 lakhs as agency fees. Okay. Great. Thank you very much for that. Rinki.
Yeah, hi. So my company is into, we are importers and wholesalers of dry fruits, seeds and berries. And my ideal customer is any confectionery or a frozen brand or supermarkets or a retail store who use dry fruits. So quantity is not an issue. Maybe even 10 kgs is good, 1000 kgs is wonderful. Everything works for us. To give you a small example, a purchase head or a decision maker of a company like Unique Big Food who make cookies, or say Star Bazaar who are into dry fruits, who buy for their private label or branded range, are good customers for me.
Got it. Thank you very much, Rinki. Dharan.
Hi.
Hi.
So Venkatesh, we are into investment advisory services. Currently, we have only explored retail customers. So my ideal customer is somebody who's, who has a capital of about, 25 lakhs and north of that,
Right.
and who's not very active in the market and would like to invest through a service provider like mine.
Right.
And like I was telling you, I'm also a part of my wife's business. So for them, the ideal customer is a purchase manager, at a big manufacturing company, something which north of 50 crores and about turnover.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Gautam?
Hi, we are a real estate company, and ideal customer for me is anybody who's looking at setting up a space, commercial office requirement, or a warehousing space within the city of Mumbai.
Got it. Thank you.
We try to cater to all the requirements end to end, right from startup to their growth module, whatever is required.
Kirit?
See, I am basically a wholesale trader in refined vegetable oil. So my end customer would be a wholesale grocery store or a retail grocery store. And as you said, the turnover bracket could be anything between 5 crores to 50 or 75 crores. Mostly a proprietary concern or a partnership concern. And the decision maker would be a graduate, something like that. And the geography area I would be covering it would be approximate 70 to 100 kilometers other than my town. So this is my ideal the existing and the ideal customer I would look into.
Okay. Thank you. Ronak?
Yeah, hi Venkatesh. So Venkatesh, we are into primary and secondary flexible plastics packaging, which is 100% recyclable. Our ideal customer, what I'm looking for is like dairies like Hudson Agro, industrial big corporate houses like textiles, pharma, beverage, paper industries, and also organized farmers. And the purchase managers would be an ideal target, and they are mostly graduate or post. They hold mainly graduate and postgraduate degrees, and mainly they are with the company with years of experience.
Okay. And Pratyush? Pratyush?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah. So we have two business divisions. One is the real estate one, where it's a B2C market, where our ideal customer is a Bengali user between the age of 35 to 50, with an average salary of approximately 80,000 plus, or a household income of 80,000 plus. And staying in Calcutta, in the South Calcutta region. That's where we are. 75% of our customers come from. So that's for the real estate. We have a logistic division as well, where our ideal customer is anyone with in the manufacturing space who requires warehousing with say a turnover about up to 10 CR. Right? So mid-sized company.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much, guys. And you've also really kept to time, so I appreciate it. Let me just run through the questions I have, and then I'll come back to you with some approaches. And really, because you're a diverse group, I'm not going to say that everything will work for everybody in the same way, but you should start to think about your marketing efforts in terms of the directions I'm now going to talk about. Let me just also open the questions here. So problems of most growing brands with limited resources, how to come up with a marketing budget split between content creation and media spends. That's Paresh's question. Rinki has two questions. What percentage of sales should be right for marketing? How to identify which combination of marketing strategies works best? For each marketing option, be it digital, print, broadcast, what is the right amount of budget? Divyesh asks about black swan events like Corona, marketing during that, and difficult to a certain duration of a PR activity. And Harish is talking of lead generation challenges for B2B. Is there any cost-effective method process typically for social enterprises? So these are the questions I have upfront, and of course, maybe we'll have some time towards the end to look at a few more. See, to all of you, my most important suggestion is think small to grow big. Now, when I'm saying think small, please start thinking narrower and narrower and narrower about your ideal customer. When you say that it can be words like anybody, it can be anybody with 80,000 rupees salary or 1.5 lakh rupee salary, or anybody looking for this kind of space, or anybody who does this, who manufactures, a biscuit manufacturer, cookie manufacturer, or anybody who trades in oil. The word anybody is your biggest enemy. This is 20 years of marketing talking to you. Please take this very, 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 very critically. And I think from all of what you guys have said, possibly Divyesh has got maybe the most grip on who he's looking for. I found his definition still quite condensed, concrete of who is it I'm looking for. Because your answers to what should be my marketing spend, what will work, how much should I spend, how long should I spend, all comes down to who are you trying to run behind. Now, if I was a Reliance Enterprise, if I was a Bharti Airtel, I have hundreds of millions of customers. I have a huge balance sheet behind me to do enormous activities, but I'm not. I was a bootstrapped company, and I'm growing from there, picked up investments since. And I have, in spite of my marketing expertise, fallen in this trap several times. The trap of not being sure who is my immediate customer behind whom I want to spend money. And the smaller this customer is, the better my money has worked. Therefore, I would like you all to practice this exercise one more time, twice, 3 times, till you get narrower and narrower about who is my buyer. Is it a biscuit guy? Is it a grocery store? Is it a large grocery store, small grocery store? They all are different. How can you talk to all of them? It's like me trying to talk to all of you about marketing. It's a very, very stupid thing I'm trying to do, because you all have different customers. You all have different requirements, but I'm still trying to make that attempt, but it's free. So everybody is sitting here. If you were paying money, you would get very upset. Now, you as a company that's trying to find the right customer cannot be talking to 10 different people. You simply will waste money. If you are trying to sell dry fruits, find one customer and go deep into that customer segment. That's the challenge all business owners have. It's a very scary thought. Last year when COVID started, my entire customer base that I worked with was wiped out within 45 days, wiped out. My revenues came to 0. But it gave me time to just change my customer profile and focus deeper and deeper and deeper. It was a blessing in disguise for me. Now, we don't need such black swan events to hit us all the time for us to, get our heads around that basic problem ki boss, मैं किसके पीछे जा रहा हूं? मैं 10 लोगों के पीछे नहीं जा सकता हूं. Right? Unless you have large marketing teams and large marketing budgets, and I'm thinking you guys really don't, otherwise you wouldn't be here. You have to narrow it down. Real estate, commercial space, who? Right? And Himal was talking about startups and corporates, people spending 2 to 3 lakhs. That is a very, very big budget, 2 to 3 lakhs. Now, if you don't start with a very precise start point, there is no way the market is going to come under your grasp. Because success brings you more success. You just have to get successful with one segment. Very deeply, confidently successful.
Sure, noted.
Now, coming back to, Ronak was talking about packaging industries, right? And he said 100% recyclable. Great. Harish was talking about finding CSR companies, right? There are hundreds of companies now which will fit into your bracket. How do you want to go around about them? If you wanted to reach all of these companies, you put a newspaper ad and you put it every day for 30 days. Everybody will read them, but that will cost you about 50 to 100 crores. Define very, very precisely who it is, who are the first 5 customers you want. And if you've got them, then your problem is solved. Then you don't need Venkatesh or anybody else. You don't even need this cohort. You just run away from this cohort. If you've solved your first 5 customers, then keep going behind more customers like them. A good marketing agency, a good digital agency will help you amplify. But what they cannot do for you is your first starting step. कि बॉस मैं किसके पीछे जा रहा हूँ, वो कोई नहीं बता सकता आपको, मैं भी नहीं बता सकता हूँ, एजेंसी नहीं बता सकती, दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा मार्केटर आपको नहीं बता सकता, वो सिर्फ आप बता सकते हो. So shut out everything, spend maybe an hour, 2 hours every week. Do this exercise again and again. Is this the right guy? When I go talking to this particular type of customer, am I getting good vibes? Am I getting good feedback? Am I able to close faster? Those are the questions that you must ask. And if the answers are yes, 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 seal that guy and say कि boss इस बंदे को मैं कैसे, अगर आज 10 हैं इस टाइप के तो मैं 100 कैसे करूं? Forget the rest of the world. We are too small to impact the whole world. We need to impact in a slightly small radius and keep expanding that radius. Create homogeneity in your target audience. That's the second piece. Create homogeneity in your target audience so that all of your marketing efforts are basically amplification of the same initial success path. Otherwise, you're going to say कि यार वो कस्टमर मेरे को उस मैगजीन में मिलता है, ये कस्टमर मेरे को यहाँ इस मंडी में मिलता है, वो कस्टमर मेरे को उस कॉन्फ्रेंस में मिलता है, ये कस्टमर मेरे को BNI में मिलता है, वो कहीं और मिलता है, मैं सब जगह चला जाऊं, नहीं जा सकता. So first define your audience as narrow as it is. See which of those 3-4 narrow buckets are you comfortable with, which are giving you good feedback, which are helping you succeed. Amplify that activity, leave everything. It is like Arjuna and the fish's eye. Just forget the rest of the body. There will be time for you when you become bigger and faster and have larger teams and larger resources to go behind the fins, to go behind the scale, to go behind the head. Right now, the narrower you are, the more powerful anything you do will be. The following piece from this is that your market and your customer continuously shifts. So the third most powerful tool of a marketer is your ability to keep engaging with your target customer, even those guys who are not buying from you today. ये बहुत जरूरी है, because everyone is changing every day. Today, what communication works for me, tomorrow may not work for me. The only way you will know it is if you have not left the task of marketing to somebody in your team. The task of marketing is the second most important task any entrepreneur has in his day-to-day affairs. The first is, of course, finance. If you don't have your finance right, आप भूल जाओ, सब कुछ बंद करके जा सकते हो, right? So you need your finance in order. But once that's done, you have to be your chief marketing officer. You need to know why, how is this customer changing, right? The doctor asked about black swan events. What changes people in a black swan event? People start to worry about different types of things. Suddenly there is a crisis. Today I'm worried about who am I going to vote for? I'm worried about newspaper खोला तो अच्छा यार crime इतना क्यों है? Suddenly an event comes and within 2 weeks, the entire country is worried about where is oxygen. Right? Are we worried about geopolitics? Are we worried about what happens in Doklam? Are we worried about what the government is doing to protect our borders? Nothing. Suddenly the narrative has changed towards where is oxygen? Where is the next bed? Your customers are going through the same change all the time. Some events are very drastic, like this one. Others are very mild. But everybody is undergoing some change. If it's a particular industry where suddenly real estate may, the government has changed the zonal configurations, there is new property in the market, prices are changing. Every time there is a change, your customer is a human being. He is experiencing change in his mind. If you are not aware of that change, you are wasting marketing money. You are wasting the whole question of मुझे marketing कैसे करना चाहिए, कितना करना चाहिए, कब तक करना चाहिए, कहाँ करना चाहिए, आपको कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए. Our beauty as we are today, and I'm maybe being presumptuous, but my joy today is that All my 2,000 customers that have come through my platform, I have spoken to each of them individually, and at least once a week, I reach out to them through my newsletters or through some communication to just keep hearing back from them saying, "Yaar, ye theek tha, ye theek nahi tha. Why are you writing about this? Why didn't you send me something about that?" We have the power to be very personal with our clients. That is my biggest strength. And I think at the scale at which a lot of Indian enterprises operate, leave aside the top 500, leave aside those guys. We have the power to be completely in control of the customer that is buying from us. So ये आप बिल्कुल अपने हाथ में रखिए कि बॉस चेंज हो रहा है. आपसे जो खरीद रहा है, today your buyer is changing. He is thinking differently about his business. How do I keep in touch with that guy? I have to find the narrowest fish, the narrowest eye of that fish I have to find. What's working, I have to amplify it. But I have to also keep understanding कि boss जो मैं कर रहा हूँ वो इसको समझ आ रही है, नहीं समझ आ रही है. These are the three big pillars of marketing that will keep repeating in your experience all the time, all the time, all the time. There is nothing else to marketing. And you know, this is the 15 minutes that I take with every cohort to say कि boss आप ये तीन चीजें देख लो. B2C कर रहे हो, B2B कर रहे हो, real estate बेच रहे हो, दवाई बेच रहे हो, तेल बेच रहे हो, कुछ भी बेच रहे हो. Finally आपका कस्टमर एक ह्यूमन बीइंग है. आपके कस्टमर ने आपको ट्रस्ट करना है. आप पूरी दुनिया को ट्रस्ट नहीं दे सकते हो. ये तो भगवान ही किया है, and God took 3,000 years to establish trust over everybody. मतलब unless you're a Nastic, everybody believes that there is God, and if God is saying कि बस ये अच्छा है या ये गलत है, यही अच्छा और यही गलत है, उतनी capability किसी में नहीं आई है. So we all work in small cohorts that we try and influence. We try and build trust with small groups of people. Those groups of people, if we identify right, our efforts and our communication to them amplifies better. And we just ensure there is some way of making sure the loop closes, and that once I have given a message that is effective, I'm always in touch to make sure that nothing has changed in the environment. Because the one thing we hate is a customer who walks away from us. That is our biggest blind spot. The customer that walks away from us, and he is the biggest gold mine that we should just keep beating ourselves on our head to say कि साला ये मेरे को छोड़ के क्यों गया. क्योंकि कस्टमर लाना बहुत जरूरी, बहुत ही मुश्किल होता है. छोड़ के जो जाता है वो क्यों जाता है? अगर आप टच में रहते हो, कोई छोड़ के नहीं जाएगा. And see, I come from telecom. Telecom in the early years was the biggest leaky bucket. You used to take 100 million customers every year and lose 80 million of them by the end of the year. And the next year you would take another 100 million customers. And again, you would lose 80 of them. But bit by bit, you added 20 million every year. And then one year you said, boss, mere 250 million customers. That is a very, very big leaky bucket. But the resources in that industry are so phenomenal that you don't care about it. The rest of us live in limited resource industries where once a customer comes in, job number one is boss, stay. Because he is far more valuable to you than the next 5 customers you will acquire. With this background, this is all I'm going to say about conceptually how you should think about your service. I can start to answer your questions, and then we can open up for a few more. We have sufficient time at this point. Is that all right? Is there anything else you guys want to hear about? Marketing isn't genius rocket science. I mean, don't expect anything more profound than what I've just told you. There are just 3 or 4 things. If you keep doing, you kind of see your revenue grow over time. Don't panic. That's all. Yes, sir. Please.
Just to summarize, you mean marketing is going to be a very personal exercise for somebody in our sort of entrepreneurship, a personal relationship, trying to retain customers, getting in, becoming more flexible with what they want? Is that or?
Fantastic. So, up to a time where you are comfortable that your customer acquisition is now following a very standard set of practices. Yes, it is a very personal exercise. You need to know what are the rules for bringing in customers. What are the statements I'm making that help build trust? What am I saying to a customer? What is the experience he's having in my hospital that he stays and talks to more people about it? Once that's done, yes, you can hand over those rules to somebody and say, boss, make sure those rules are being followed all the time. But even having said that, I would always insist that marketing is your job number 2, finance number 1. You still have to do the rounds, sir. You still have to meet your doctors. You still have to meet doctors who don't engage with you. You have to do it. There is no shortcut to marketing. You cannot leave this entirely in somebody else's hand. वो नहीं होता, वो गलत है. I have seen Sunil Bharti Mittal travel in rural India, shaking hands, doing namaste, talking to people, not as a symbolic act of I am one of you, but really to question back the leadership of every circle to say, boss, this is what I'm hearing. Can you validate? Can you disprove what's going on here? I see these people and I realize, once they're billionaires. They've got massive teams of IIM educated people running their businesses. But they still come down to the ground and say, boss, kya dikkat ho rahi hai? Why am I being told that somebody in Gujarat is not using my network to call his hometown in Bengal? Right? These are lessons that motivate me in my understanding of marketing to say, boss, you can't let go. Even if you are the most prominent doctor, surgeon, whoever you may be, you can't let go because your competitor is just behind you. If you are living in a non-competitive world and you had built up your monopoly and you said, boss, और कोई नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, आप किसी से बात मत करिए, जो मैं दे रहा हूँ वही सही है, वही सत्य है. That's not the case. Somebody is standing behind you to make sure that he takes away your doctors, make sure he takes away your customers, make sure he takes away your real estate customers. Somebody is behind you. And therefore you just have no choice.
Venkatesh, I have one question, if you don't mind.
Please.
So, this activity of going deep in terms of your ideal customer, that technically also comes with data, right? I mean, once you have certain amount of data of the customers you have, then only you can go deeper that this customer works for me, correct?
Excellent. I would say, talk to 20 people who have bought your products in a week, in any week. I mean, I'm assuming, okay, so it may be a big number for some of you all, it may be a very small number for some of you all. At least try and talk to 10, 15 people every week and try and understand them better. There is no other data that you need beyond this. I promise you that. आप 10 कस्टमर से बात करके देखिए कि सर, how are you? Did you like my product? How has the experience been with you? What are you missing? And you will get, so look, let's assume that you've got 5 types of customers and maybe you've got 10 of each, 50. But when you do this exercise, all that comes out of it is this type of customer, these 10 guys seem to be the happiest. When I talk to this type of customer, I'm seeing that only 6 of them are happy, 4 are not so happy. When I talk this type of customer, I see 8 of them are still buying from me, but they're really unhappy. That's what we are trying to figure out. Those are called cohorts. We are really trying to figure out कि boss, मेरी दुनिया में वो कौन से 10 लोग हैं जो really मेरे को passionately पसंद करते हैं. अगर मेरे को वो समझ आ गया है तो मुझे सिर्फ उनके पीछे भागने दो. वही मेरे लिए सबसे रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट इफेक्टिव लोग होंगे. जो नहीं पसंद करता मुझे, एक दिन आएगा जब मैं उससे बात करके समझूंगा तेरे को क्या चाहिए, वो दूंगा और मैं उसको कन्वर्ट करूंगा कि वो और मुझे पसंद करे. बट वो दिन आज नहीं है. आज का दिन है कि जो मेरे को पसंद करता है, क्यों पसंद करता है, वो क्या बोल रहा है मेरे बारे में, उसी चीज को आपने उस होमोजेनियस ग्रुप को और दोहराना है, पकड़ के दोहराना है, ढूंढ के दोहराना है. So it is not about massive amounts of data. No, it is about just using your time to talk to 10 people every week, more than enough. And you will get a sense of who am I really satisfying immensely. वो immense satisfaction वाले जो छोटे groups हैं, उनको आपने बढ़ाना है. Everything I'm telling you, sir, whether you have a marketing team or not, whether you have a marketing agency or not, is going to help you. Because in my experience of 20 years, there is no marketing team that understands a brand as well as the founder entrepreneur. There is no marketing agency that understands the brand as well as the founder entrepreneur. Agencies, people change, you remain the same. Marketing teams, people change, you remain the same. Your depth, your understanding, your experiences are invaluable. Marketing.
Venkatesh,
please.
don't mind, sorry to interrupt.
Please go ahead.
Say suppose, example लेते हैं कि say suppose मेरे B2C में I said Bengali person 35 to 45 is my ideal customer, correct? And say suppose I don't do it as regularly, but I do call my customers and just to understand कैसा feedback है, etc. Now, when you say that you उनसे और deeper समझो, do you feel like if I ask more in-depth details, आप कहाँ काम करते हैं, क्या करते हैं, कैसे जाते हैं, क्या करते हैं, do you feel like you might get a pushback?
No.
How can you?
No. No. See, it is like me. I have enjoyed talking to you for the past 45 minutes. Everybody likes to talk about their lives to people that they can trust. If you have sold somebody something that's worth a few lakhs, right? Obviously, he trusts you. If you are then calling him to ask his opinion on something, he believes that you trust him, respect his opinion, and that's very valuable. Please do not hesitate. 99 out of 100 customers will embrace you and tell you whatever they can. Human beings are good people. There is 1% out of 100 who will maybe has some irritation, something's not worked right for him that day. He's impatient. He thinks he has something else to do. He might tell you, "Yaar, call me back later." बहुत कम है जो आपको बोलेंगे क्या पागल बना कर रहे हो यार, मेरा टाइम बर्बाद कर रहे हो, भागो यार. It doesn't happen. It may happen in movies. It may happen in. But when you have helped somebody and you've given him a service that he's bought from you and you try and talk to him, it has never happened that they say, "Boss, I use your service, but hey, why should I talk to you?" नहीं होगा. आपको जो पूछना है पूछ सकते हैं. Whatever you think can help you in your business. And I can't go into a lot of depth for each of this businesses in this session, but whatever you think can help. See, every business has to be segmented to its smallest profitable constituent. It has to be segmented. I'm just throwing stuff out there, right? There could be real estate companies that at some point will start to focus on housing societies that attract single women. And they will have to be built differently. We live in a housing society as we do, and we assume that ये सबके लिए ठीक है, but they may require certain different facilities. Old age people require certain different facilities. Segmentation is the god of marketing. If you just focus on breaking your user groups into यार कौन खरीद रहा है, कौन सबसे खुश है, किसके पीछे में जाए. So do not hesitate to ask your customer who has bought from you anything that you think can help you understand him better, because his next purchase is likely to be with you again. Maybe not this year, maybe 5 years down the line. But that's really the power of a customer you have won. His next purchase, you are the first choice unless you have really. I take this example because I have seen in various industries. You can torture a customer you have won. Torture him repeatedly, he will still not leave you because the uncertainty of making a new purchase decision is so painful that he will say कि जब तक कोई मेरे को मतलब खून नहीं निकाल देता मैं नहीं छोड़ूंगा इसको. So you've got a lot of leeway with your existing customer. Trust me on that. You do a lot of things wrong for him. Trust me on that. He still stays with you because finding a new supplier, finding a new brand is always more difficult than the brand I have found. Familiarity is always a great friend. Always. We are all hurting our customers. I am too. I'm under no misconception that my customers must be getting hurt. But they will still stay with us because that fear of the unknown is far, far more difficult. So take your customer, treat him as well as you can, ask him as much as you can, be there as much as you can. He is likely to buy it next from you. And most likely his next purchase will always be 2 times more expensive than his current purchase. ये हमारे business में होता है. Anybody who buys a service from one of our service providers on the platform, his next purchase is always 2 times higher. Anything else, or should I just try and answer some of these questions? Look, there's one question on PR activity that I certainly want to answer. The rest, I think you would have figured out bits and pieces here and there, but the PR activity I will talk to you about. I think PR is one of the most misused services out there in marketing. We think that by shouting about us, we will get noticed. Human memory is very, very, very short. And unless something is repeated again and again and again and again and again, it does not stay with him. So PR is not a device that you say कि यार मैं 3 महीने करूंगा, 4 महीने करूंगा, 10 न्यूज़पेपर में नजर आ जाऊंगा, 25 न्यूज़पेपर में नजर आ जाऊंगा, मेरा होगा कुछ नहीं होगा आपका, क्योंकि आपके पीछे 100 लोग और खड़े हैं जो उन्हीं न्यूज़पेपर में जैसे ही आप हट जाएंगे आके खड़े हो जाएंगे. तो कस्टमर आपको याद नहीं रखने वाला है. Marketing is not about doing anything for the short term. If there is something that you're saying I want to do for 3 months, don't do it. There's something you're saying I want to do for now, I will do a 2-week activity, I will do a 2-month activity, I will do a 6-month activity. I would suggest strongly think about it. Here is something I want to do for the long term is the only activity you should ever start to do in marketing. बाकी आप experiment कर रहे हो, करिए जो experiment करना है. But result मत expect करिए. Experiments are not to give you great results. They are to give you yes or no. और जाऊं उसमें पैर और अंदर रखूं नहीं रखूं. But your fundamental question in marketing has to be, am I doing this for the long term? Am I doing it for a short term? If it's short term, don't do it. You're wasting money because there are lots of short term people out there who are going to deluge your customer with more thoughts and ideas once you have left the stage. So PR, do not go there unless you think you have something to say and invest over maybe 12 months. Then you have a presence. धीरे धीरे आप customer के दिमाग में बैठोगे. और जो चीज धीरे धीरे बैठता है वही चीज रहता है. जो ऐसे एक फ्लैश में आके गया उसको हम फैड बोलते हैं. वो फैड आता है, जाता है, लोग भूल जाते हैं. So PR, be very, very, very careful. Lead generation challenges for B2B. Is there any cost-effective method? Unfortunately not, because if there was, you would already have known of it. There is no cost-effective method. Every method becomes cost-effective as you get better at it. ये आप याद रखना प्लीज. ऐसा कोई मेथड नहीं है जो पहले दिन से कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव हो गया. भाई ये बहुत कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव, ये करो, पूरी दुनिया वही करेगी और उसका कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा. नेट इकोनॉमिक्स वर्क्स एवरीवेयर. कोई किसी को एक चीज कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव नजर आई, दुनिया वही करेगी, प्राइस बढ़ जाएगा, तो कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव नहीं रहेगा. हर चीज कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव हो जाती है अगर आप उसको टाइम दो, प्रैक्टिस दो, सीखो उससे और उस सीख को आप वापस इंट्रोड्यूस करो. हमारे साथ यही हुआ है. हमारे कॉस्ट ऑफ लीड जो हमने पहले दिन देखा था, पहले महीने में देखा था, पहले क्वार्टर में देखा था, और जो हम आज देखते हैं, there is a 70% reduction. Would I have said that cost of lead was good for me? No. Am I saying this cost of lead is good for me? No. But it is still better than that. It will get better. Anything you do consistently will get better. But do not expect magic wands to say what is the most cost effective. If there was a most cost effective, the whole world would be doing it. Every business has certain rules of how to approach its right customer, where to approach it, when to approach it. Those you have to keep finding and optimizing over time. Nothing in marketing can happen immediately. Nothing. That is your biggest disadvantage and your biggest advantage, because once something positive happens, it will not become negative overnight either. ये बहुत beautiful चीज है branding, brand building and marketing में. जो एक बार कस्टमर आपके पास आ गया, मुश्किल से आएगा लेकिन कभी जाएगा नहीं. बट लेकिन वो मुश्किल से आता है, वो मुश्किल से जाएगा. आपने सिर्फ अपनी मेथोडोलॉजी इंप्रूव करते रहनी है कि आपको सही कस्टमर मिलता रहे at some resource which is lesser than the previous customer. That is a win in marketing. Not that I have got it down to 10 rupees. How do I know 1 rupee is not a good customer acquisition cost? All I know is कि यार 100 रुपए से 80 आ गया तो मैं खुश जाता हूँ, 80 से 60 आया तो मैं खुश जाता हूँ, 60 से 10 आ जाएगा मैं खुश जाऊँ. Marketing is like any other skill, karate, kung fu. You keep doing it, you get better at it. But there is no shortcut to say this will work or that will work. What should be percentage of sales would be the right budget for marketing? Okay. I'll take this as the last question. This is an interesting one. Established companies work at about 8%, 10%. Established brands, which have been around for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, mass media. Young brands often operate at about 30 to 40%, if not higher. Startups operate at almost 200% of sales, which is why you see these crazy funding, right? किसी ने 10 million डाल दिया, अभी revenue कितनी है कंपनी की revenue $100,000 है, 10 million का investment डाला है, because their marketing spends are so high. So it varies depending on who you are, what business you are in, what stage your brand is in, how much acceptance your brand has, how much competition exists. If there is a lot of competition in your space, you will have to think very differently about your spends. And therefore, I keep saying the narrower you are about your TG, the less you will have to spend to get your customer. Because the less competition you will have, because that TG that you have identified, the sharper you have identified, that means कि आपका competition जो है उतना focus नहीं देगा उसको, तो आपका उस TG पे return हमेशा ज़्यादा होगा. आप marketing को एक negative, unfortunate spend मत समझो. If you are feeling that way about marketing, it means you don't know about your customer. Marketing is simply, ये oxygen boosting rockets जो होती हैं, उसमें oxygen boost देता है. But rocket की guidance marketing लेता है आपसे. अगर वो guidance ठीक रहेगी, आप कम में भी बहुत return ला सकते हो. Any time you are feeling like, oh, मैं इतना खर्च रहा हूँ, मैं कितना खर्चूं, मेरे को return नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक नहीं लग रहा है. It is not marketing's problem. It is your problem. You have not understood who you are talking to, and that's why you are spending more talking to a bunch of people rather than spending less talking to one person. There is no other rule in marketing. The less people you talk to at an early stage of your brand, the more effective your marketing is. Don't do anything which is short term. Always keep it long term, or you will never get a result. Improve every day. You're not trying to reach nirvana tomorrow morning, but you're trying to do 10% better every month, and you will be in 10 months in a place that you will imagine, "Boss, मैं कहाँ आ गया?" That brings me to the end of my session. Like I said, there is just a lot of diversity in front of me, so I can't go deep into any one business.
Venkatesh, I had one question to ask you.
You have 1 minute.
Yeah. So I wanted to know marketing and sales, right? So there is always a slight bit of a confusion when it comes to a small business. That how do you differentiate from marketing and sales?
Yeah, so sales word bhul jao. It's a very popular word, but it's a very dangerous word. Forget sales. You are only going to focus on marketing. What is sales, right? See, a good salesman is essentially only communicating marketing messages that his customer is saying कि हाँ मेरे को ये खरीदना है. Sales क्या होता है? Sales is the ability to deliver a good marketing message. उसको हम sales कह के खुश जाते हैं कि बढ़िया salesman है. अरे कुछ नहीं है. वो अपने customer को समझ रहा है, वो अपने product को समझ रहा है और दोनों की story पास लेके आ रहा है और बता रहा है. A good salesman is simply a marketer. Forget the word sales, because the minute you start using the word sales, you are pushing somebody to sell something to someone who may not necessarily need it. Sales is a very harsh word. You need good storytellers in your company.
Okay.
You need to be a good storyteller yourself. And what does a good storyteller do? He figures out कि boss मेरे audience को क्या सुनना है जो मैं लेजिटिमेटली अपने बारे में या अपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बोल सकता हूँ। इसीलिए वापस में कहानी उसी को ले आता हूँ कि बस ऑडियंस छोटा करो, क्योंकि आप जितना बड़ा ऑडियंस करोगे उतने लोगों को आप अपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में उतना भला नहीं बोल पाओगे। तो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ी एग्जैजरेशन आ जाएगी, कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा लूज डिस्कशन आ जाएगा, कहीं ना कहीं एक डिस्काउंट की बात आ जाएगी, कहीं ना कहीं सर ये तो बहुत महंगा है, वो तो इसमें कम दे रहा है। वो इसीलिए आता है क्योंकि उस कस्टमर को आपका प्रोडक्ट अपने लिए रेलेवेंट नहीं लगा है। आप सेल्स वर्ड को पीछे रखो। Sales is an output, yaar. It's an output. Somebody signs the dotted line, somebody signs a check, you have made a sale. But the whole act of getting him interested in your product, getting him aware of your product, understanding the benefits of your product, and then deciding, yaar, amongst the competition, what I have here is really what I need, is not sales, it is marketing. So,
Correct.
ये एम्बिग्यूटी दिमाग से हटा दो। मैं बहुत बढ़िया सेल्समैन हूं, नहीं हूं आप, कोई है ही नहीं बढ़िया सेल्समैन।
Okay.
आप मार्केटर ठीक हो, अच्छे हो, तो आपको सेल मिल जाएगी। सेल इज अ वर्ब। मैंने सेल कर दी भाई, क्योंकि किसी ने साइन कर दिया, पैसे दे दिए, दैट इज अ सेल, अ ट्रांजैक्शन। पैसे दिए, कुछ मिला। बट उस पॉइंट तक पहुंचने के लिए आप सेल्समैनशिप नहीं होती कोई चीज, सेल्समैनशिप। आप मार्केटर हो, आप स्टोरी सुना रहे हो।
Great. Great. Thank you, Venkatesh.
Most
I
welcome.
would just like you to introduce your services as well, and if they're relevant to our group, and how we can kind of how we can benefit from GrowCurve.
Yeah, so we are, like I said, a marketplace, a free-to-use marketplace like Amazon. The only difference is that we don't deal in product, we deal in marketing services. So somebody wants lead generation, somebody wants digital marketing, social media marketing, content. That's where I think we are now India's largest marketplace for agencies. So we don't do anything. We are Amazon. मतलब अगर आप Amazon से पूछो आप क्या करते हो, हम एक टेक प्लेटफॉर्म है। हम आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट के अगेंस्ट आपको एजेंसीज देते हैं और पूरी ट्रांजैक्शन प्लेटफॉर्म पे कराते हैं। बात करानी है, बात हो जाती है, जूम चैट हो जाती है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स हो जाते हैं, पेमेंट्स करानी है तो पेमेंट्स माइलस्टोन्स पे हो जाती हैं। तो वो पूरा सिक्योरिटी ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शन जो है वो हम बनाते हैं।
Okay.
So if you ask me what services we can give you zero services, because we don't do anything in marketing. But if you think you have a need for an agency or some support to help, like you will do on Google digital marketing agency in Mumbai, if you do that, you will always find my company there, because we do a lot of online marketing. So you will always find GrowCurve as one of the options. Click, like any other agency, you see what's here. Just the difference is कि हम आपके बैक एंड मार्केटिंग टीम बन जाते हैं। एंड टू एंड आपको एजेंसी से मिलवाना, बात कराना, प्रपोजल लाना, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट लाना, काम करवाना, सब कुछ बैक एंड पे हो जाता है। दैट्स द ओनली डिफरेंस फ्रॉम एनी अदर एजेंसी, एंड इट्स फ्री टू यूज, सो देयर इज नो चार्ज फॉर एनी ऑफ दैट। थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग मी दैट। I hope it was useful, guys. Thank you for your time, and good luck.
Thanks a lot, Venkatesh. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much. Have a
Venkatesh.
good evening.
Great learning experience.
Not at all.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Venkatesh. Bye.
Thank you.